Hey everyone, and welcome to my first Dungeons & Dragons scenery video. Here I'll be showing you certain pieces I've made for my upcoming module that will hopefully be running come September time. So first let me tell you which module I'll be running. And this is the Paragon tier campaign Revenge of the Giants, and it's an abridged rendition of the Against the Giants module written for 4th edition. So to start I'll be showing you what pieces that I've made so far, so let me just skip to the page. So basically what I'm making is all the wooden walls and doors and certain items within the Hill Giant compound. And the first things that I made were all 3 of these doors and one of the big doors, so let me just grab those for you. So the first doors that I made were the 3 small 5 foot by 5 foot doors. I have one that's slightly ajar. These were made using corrugated cardboard for the centre and then running down lengthways with some popsicle sticks. And these are all mounted on a 3mm piece of plywood cut 1 inch by 2 inches, so it's 10 foot by 5 foot. And on the bottom here I put some sand down to represent the gravelly type dirt area that the Hill Giants were continuously treading in and out, so it would have killed all the grass and vegetation. So basically what I did was I used PVA glue for most of this, but then when it came to the base I used super glue because I was slightly impatient. And what I did is give it a nice dark undercoat and then lightly dry brushed a grey browny type mix to represent the wood weathering over time due to cutting and possible weather. And the last door that I've made, which I'll note that isn't quite finished, it's a little bit more ornate. It's about, I think it was 4 inches by 1, which represents a 20-foot door. I think, hang on, yep, 20 foot. And all this is instead of a corrugated cardboard, it's the 3mm plywood as the centre door pieces with some ornate patterns, some sticks up the middle and some planks just to give it sort of a hinge type look. And I use the same wood for the base and the same sand to represent the gravel. Now this isn't quite finished, so I'm going to be adding some popsicle sticks that go along here just to give it a little bit more like this is the big door, you need to open me type thing. So the second, well, more of the second group of pieces that I've made are the wall pieces, and I'm going to show you a step-by-step guide on how I made those and then show you the end results. So what I did is, this is the 3mm plywood that I used. It's quite flexible and quite easy to cut. So I cut out little pieces, this big and this big. And what I did is that I had some wood left over from a college project, so I cut this. I think this is about 5mm and it's about 1 inch high by 3 inches. So what I did is I used a glue gun and glued it to the bottom. As you can see here, the glue gun all stuck quite nicely. Then the wooden pieces, because the outside of the compound I wanted to have look like it was all like a wooden palisade type thing, like as if the giants had rammed wooden logs into the ground. So what I used was garden sticks. Now these are used to prop up plants in your garden or pots. What I did is I cut them about 1.5 inches high, and I think I cut in total about 200 so far, so hands a little bit hurtful at the moment. And what I did is I used a hot glue gun. This is one that's half, well, I'd say 1/3 finished actually. So what I did is I put glue all the way across here in small increments so it wouldn't dry out too fast. Glued all the sticks, and at the back I reinforced it by putting some glue along the top. Now, finished product, this, painted it the same colour brown as the base coat for the doors and the base rim. I used the same wood for the base, the same sand. Now, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with the wood because it looks a bit bland at the moment, so I'll probably do some testers here and there and probably paint over it if I don't like it. So the final part that I've made are the corner pieces. Now these are a bit hard to sort of get to grips because I had some certain ideas that I wanted to go through, and I decided for the easiest but I think more appealing idea. So here we have the wooden corner pieces. These these are finished. I just need to put some sand on the bottom. So basically all they are is the 3mm plywood cut into little strips and fired off around the edges to look like a hewn type wood, like where the giant's been cutting it, and all they did was pile stones in the middle, and we'll be running string around the tops and the bottoms in the middle to look like it's all binded together to make strengthened columns. So I need to make about 5 more of these, and just to have a look at all of them put together, just like that. I've got a door. Let's get a model for size representation. Got one here, and got a pillar. So these all should fit on the inch by inch board system. Maybe a couple of errors here and there, maybe possibly due to me not cutting it properly. But I think this will give a nice good effect to the tabletop, a bit more exciting than the bog standard drawing. So yeah, so I need to make a couple more of these, a lot more of the 1x1s. I think I need to make about 10 more of these, possibly a little bit less because I can just reuse them from certain different areas when the characters move on. But yeah, that's all of that so far. So hopefully with my next video I'll show you all of these all finished, possible different texturing with all the wood and a bit of weathering. And in my next video, because I wouldn't have finished these, I'll show you the tile system that I've made, or that I made at college using the laser cutter, just to give something different so the player characters can have all the characters, and just something for me to organise and keep track of what monsters have been killed off and what ones are still on the board. So thank you for watching, and hopefully catch you next time.